right now, far past the edge of the sun's reach. Two voices are still speaking. This is Worldhymn, sleep stories from the universe. In the summer of 1977, humanity wrote 2 letters and addressed them to the dark. The first letter left Earth on the 20th of August. We named her Voyager 2. Her twin followed 16 days later on the 5th of September, and we named him Voyager 1. They were never meant to come home. They carried no return address, only a golden record bolted to the side of each spacecraft, waiting for someone somewhere to listen. Carl Sagan and his team chose what would travel with them. Birdsong, thunder, a mother's first words to her newborn child, greetings spoken in 55 languages of Earth, and now, a heartbeat. A heartbeat recorded with love, as she thought of someone she loved. That heartbeat is still flying tonight. Quieter than yours. Colder. But it has not stopped. Tonight we follow the twins. Past Jupiter. Past Saturn. Past Uranus. Past Neptune. And out beyond the wind of our sun. Close your eyes. Let your breath find the same slow tempo as theirs. They have been falling for 49 years. They will not mind if you fall asleep before they arrive. Voyager 1 reached Jupiter first. The 5th of March, 1979. She was faster, the younger twin. Launched second, but flying on a steeper line. Voyager 2 followed in July of the same year, 4 months behind her sister. Taking the longer, more patient road, Voyager 1. You crossed the orbit of Io in the cold quiet of that March morning. You brushed past Jupiter's storms, clouds the size of continents, rolling at 400 miles an hour. Slow and enormous as a sleeping animal turning over in its sleep. And then, ahead of you, the great red spot. An eye that does not blink. A storm older than every photograph ever taken on Earth. Watching you pass? Not unkindly. 3 days later, the 8th of March, 1979. A young navigation engineer named Linda Morabito stayed late at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory. She was 25. Her job that night was simple. Calibrate the cameras. Use the stars behind Io as reference points. Confirm where Voyager 1 had been. She brightened one image. A single navigation frame. And on the dark crescent of Io, against the black, she saw a faint heart-shaped plume of light, rising nearly 200 miles above the moon's edge. A volcano, erupting, in real time, on another world. Until that night, we thought every world but Earth was quiet. Linda Morabito, alone at a console in California, was the first human being ever to see another world breathing. Voyager 2. You arrived 4 months later. You saw the volcano too. You saw it still erupting. Patient sister. You confirmed the miracle. The sun is still bright behind you both here. Smaller than it was at home. Only 1/25th as bright as we know it. But bright. Warm enough, still, to remember. You carried Bach with you past those storms. A prelude, recorded onto the golden disc. It is still playing tonight. In the silence beside you. if anyone is there to hear. A little over a year later, the rings appeared ahead of them. Voyager 1 reached Saturn on the 12th of November, 1980. Voyager 2 followed 9 months later, on the 25th of August, 1981. Saturn, ringed with 7 layered bands of ancient ice and dust, each one no thicker than a city block, stretched across 270,000 kilometers of quiet light. From within those rings, the sun is not warm. It is now only an unusually bright star, casting blue shadows on the ice. And here, at Saturn, the twins were asked to choose. If Voyager 1 dipped close to Titan, the giant moon, wrapped in orange clouds, thought to hide an ocean of liquid hydrocarbons beneath its veil, she would lose her grand tour. Titan's gravity would bend her path upward, out of the plane of the planets, away from Uranus, away from Neptune, forever. If she let Titan pass, she could continue with her sister to the ice worlds beyond. We chose Titan. We chose to see what we could see once. Voyager 1, you fell toward that orange moon at 60,000 kilometers an hour. You looked into its haze. You found, beneath the clouds, a world too thick with mystery to read from a single passing glance. And then Titan lifted you up and away, above the planets, into a sky no one had drawn yet. Voyager 2, you held the line. You stayed in the plane. You watched your sister rise into the dark above the rings. And you continued alone, toward worlds no human eye had ever seen. Before she vanished from your range, Voyager 1 might have said this: Voyager 2, I'll meet you in another sky. They still carry, between them, a whale song, recorded in the deep sea in 1970. It is still playing tonight, in a place that has never known an ocean. For 5 long years, Voyager 2 fell alone. Her sister was somewhere above and behind her now, rising into the dark over the planets. She did not look back. She had a long road still ahead. On the 24th of January, 1986, she arrived at Uranus, a planet that lay on its side to sleep. Uranus is tipped almost completely over, 97 degrees from upright, so that its poles, not its equator, face the sun in turn. Each pole gets 42 years of light and 42 years of darkness. Slowly, quietly, like a sleeper turning once a lifetime. Voyager 2, only you have ever been close enough to touch this world. Only you saw its pale green-blue disk fill the camera. Only you saw, on its small moon, Miranda, a single cliff face, Verona Rupes, falling for 20 kilometers straight down into the dark. If you fell from the top of that cliff in Miranda's gentle gravity, you would fall for 12 minutes. Before you reached the bottom, 12 quiet minutes of falling. You could almost fall asleep on the way down. The sun, from here, is a sharp star. Not warm. Not large. A pinpoint of memory far behind. You worked quickly, Voyager 2. 6 hours of close encounter. Then Uranus 2 fell away behind you. Slowly. Like an exhalation. You're still carrying your golden cargo now. Child's laughter. It is still playing tonight, beside an ice giant that has never seen a child. 3.5 more years passed. Voyager 2, alone still, slipped quietly toward the last planet. On the 25th of August, 1989, you arrived at Neptune. The deepest blue, the last close approach. No human spacecraft has been so far again since the great dark spot turned slowly above you. A storm the size of Earth. Quiet in those last days before it would vanish forever. Hubble would look for it again 5 years later and not find it. It was yours, Voyager 2. Only yours. A storm that lived just long enough to be seen once by one of us. And beyond Neptune, you turned one last time to look at Triton. A moon? Perhaps colder than any other world the sun has ever lit. Minus 235 degrees Celsius. If you exhaled there, your breath would fall as snow before it left your mouth. And yet, even there, something moved. Geysers of nitrogen ice, rising 8 kilometers above the surface, drifting in a wind so faint you could almost call it breathing. A cryovolcano, the coldest exhalation in the solar system, released slowly into a sky the color of midnight. From Neptune, the sun is just one of the stars now. No brighter from here than the brightest star above your bed tonight. You still carry Voyager 2, a greeting in 55 languages of Earth. Hello. Peace. We mean you well. They are still playing tonight. Past the deepest blue. Voyager 1 crossed the Heliopause on the 25th of August, 2012. Voyager 2 followed her 6 years later, on the 5th of November, 2018. They did not leave the solar system. The Oort cloud, our sun's most distant family, still lies far ahead of them. They have only left the wind, stepped beyond the edge of the sun's breath, into the still air between stars. Right now, as you breathe, Voyager 1 is about 25 billion kilometers from Earth. Voyager 2, about 21.5. The light they speak in, faint radio whispers, takes nearly a day to reach us one way. When we hear them tonight, we are hearing them as they were yesterday morning. In 1990, Carl Sagan asked Voyager 1 to turn just once and look back at the Earth from 6 billion kilometers away. In the photograph she sent home, Earth was a single bright speck, caught in a slant of sunlight reflected inside the camera itself. Sagan called it a mote of dust suspended in a sunbeam. Every person you have ever loved, every person who has ever loved you, on that mote of dust, including you, tonight. The twins will not stop. Their reactors will fall silent in the next few years. Their radios will quiet. But the spacecraft themselves will not stop. In 40,000 years, Voyager 1 will drift past a small red star called 445 at a distance of 1.6 light years. Voyager 2 will drift past another star called Ross 248 at 1.7 light years. They will not arrive. They will only pass. But they will pass. By the time you wake tomorrow, each of them will have traveled another 500,000 kilometers further into the quiet. They still carry a heartbeat, a Bach prelude, A whale song. A child's laughter. A greeting in 55 languages. Still playing? Quietly. Together. They're still flying. They're still flying. But tonight, they're still flying. Drone slow fade out its tail.